My name is Danielisweird and I love Spider-Man. I have loved Spider-Man ever since I was old enough to watch television. Spider-Man is my favourite superhero and one of my favourite characters. Ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to be Spider-Man. These 3 VHS tapes are honestly one of the most watched things. I've probably watched them more than I will ever spend time doing homework. See, I even once got Spider-Man costumes banned in my preschool because I had 2 costumes, so I could wear one day while my mum washed the other one, so I just wore one every day. The other kids saw that and they wanted to wear their Spider-Man costumes every day. They didn't have 2 pairs, so they had to wash one every day or they had to go and buy another one. Enough parents complained to the school that I ended up getting Spider-Man costumes banned from my preschool. Hopefully that shows how passionate I am about being Spider-Man. But Daniel, why are you talking about Spider-Man so much? Good question, me from a few seconds ago. Marvel just recently announced that for their next iteration of Spider-Man, they're looking for a 15 to 16-year-old Peter Parker. When I heard this news, I was overjoyed and distraught. Overjoyed because I'm 16 years old and would consider myself a fairly competent actor who is passionate about the role and the character and would be overwhelmingly happy at the opportunity to play Spider-Man on the big screen. But I was distraught because I don't live in LA, I live in Western Australia. I don't have an agent, and my family isn't particularly wealthy. Those are all pretty good indicators that I won't be playing Spider-Man. But because the internet is a thing, I figured I would make this audition tape in the hopes that somehow it would be recognized by Marvel, and by some stroke of God I would potentially be considered for the role in some way. Now, I know it's a long shot, and you're probably thinking that I don't have the right hair, or I don't have an American accent, but I can put on an American accent and I can cut or dye my hair in any way that it needs to be for the role. I would honestly do anything to play Spider-Man. And with this being my physique, I'd say I pretty much fit the physical look for Peter Parker anyway. Now, Marvel, you guys are smart. You make good movies. And you wouldn't hire someone without seeing their previous acting experience and without seeing them act. Obviously, if you look at the videos on this channel, you'll be able to see what type of person I am, what type of actor I am, and keep in mind that the most recent videos will be a better indicator of what type of person I am than the older videos, because I've obviously changed and grown since then. And I mean, obviously I've been in every school play that I could have been in. The highlight of my acting experience, I would say, is probably right now I am starring in my high school's production of Fame the Musical. I'm playing Nick Piazza, and it's a blast. I know that to you movie guys, high school plays are nothing, and I get that. But I assure you, if I had had the opportunity to play in a TV role or a movie role before now, I would have grabbed it. I haven't had any opportunities like that in my life, and what I'm trying to do here is give myself an opportunity, because I figured I'm not gonna get an opportunity just sitting on my butt. The internet was the perfect place for me to put this so that it would potentially reach Marvel. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna recite famous Spider-Man quotes from the movie or from the comics. Hopefully that'll give you an idea of how I would play the character. Here goes nothing. Hashtag Dan for Spidey. So yeah, here is that. You know who I am. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Not everyone is meant to make a difference, but for me, the choice to lead an ordinary life is no longer an option. Who am I? You sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart. If somebody said it was a happy little tale, if somebody told you that I was just your average, ordinary guy, not a care in the world, somebody lied. Whatever life holds in store for me, I will never forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. Jonah only goes after me because he loves this city. He genuinely believes Spider-Man is a menace to society. He always has. And I'm not saying that you have to like everybody you meet, or that you can't get mad when people screw up. But it might be worth a minute to try and see things from the other guy's side. Because turns out, most people, even the grumpy ones who yell, probably don't deserve blunt force trauma to the head. One scientific mishap and hours later I'm sewing a costume. Deja diddly vu. Okay world, hold on to your hat. Here comes Alpha. My fault. All my fault. If only I'd stopped him when I could have, but I didn't. And now Uncle Ben is dead. Seriously? A clinic that superheroes frequent, and you think that's the place I should rip off next? Let me ask you something, and be honest. Are you stupid, or really, really stupid? But it's not the same thing. All these years, I've done my best to make up for that. I've wore this suit, gone out there and put my life on the line again and again. But no matter how hard I try, people die. Oh, well, wobble my webs and call me shaky. It's Goldilocks, the hippiest hammer in the West. You say you don't want responsibility? Guess what? People like us, we don't get a choice. Check the rulebook, buddy. You're not allowed to bring automatic weapons to a super people fight. Unless you're the Punisher, of course, because who's gonna tell him it's against the rules, huh? Life sucks sometimes, but it's always worth living. Seriously? What is it with New York? Would it kill you to obey Denver once? But no. You always gotta destroy the Central Park or eat the Statue of Liberty. Bad guys are such tourists. You're the creep who's gonna pay. I'm gonna get you, Goblin. I'm gonna destroy you, slowly. And when you start begging for me to end it, I'm gonna remind you of one thing. You killed the woman I love. And for that, you're gonna die. It's too late to go back to work with the torch. It's too early to go home. I guess all that's left is some web slinging. Hopefully that'll cheer me up. Every time I finish a fight, I end up all alone. Which makes me think of Gwendy, and brother, that makes me want to die. I just dropped by to congratulate you on your perfect record. You see, so far, you've been 100% wrong about me. But I gotta hand it to you, huh? It's gotta be hard making a fool out of yourself all the time. And that means Spider-Man is going into action again. I've fought as I've never fought before. Nothing will stop me now. For I know, at last, that a man can't change his destiny. And I was born to be Spider-Man. Right now, I'd trade the whole Spider-Man bit for a rocking chair and a subscription to Reader's Digest. I need a place to change. A phone booth? Nah, even I'm not that corny. I might as well face it. Being Spider-Man is just, well, plain habit forming. It's like going out with girls. I just can't give it up. Now I see why you're so popular, Flash. It's because of your gentle nature and your sunny disposition. Mary Jane, this can't wait. All I need is a yes or no. Will you marry me? I really should redesign my web shooter so this won't happen again. I could sew a change pocket into my costume to carry bus fare. No. With a costume this tight, people might think I had cellulite. Ha! There's no way out. She never had me as I am, and well, I just can't give up being Spider-Man. So she'll end up marrying Leeds, living the quiet, uneventful life she dreams of. There's just one thing I gotta figure out. How do I forget about the girl I love? Well, anyone can win a fight when the odds are easy. It's when the going's tough. When there seems to be no chance. That's when it counts. Have no fear, Spidey is here. Why is it that every time I've ever tried to get my life together, it always ends up with me being late for school? And finally, I've always felt partly responsible for the death of Uncle Ben. Because he was killed by a criminal I didn't catch. And now, Aunt May. The two people I've loved most in the world. Yet their love for me, their kindness for me, has brought them nothing but tragedy. And I mustn't let it happen again. Not to Aunt May. She's been too good. Too too kind. I can't pay her back like this. There must be some way I can save her. There must be. And I'll find it. Somewhere, somehow, I'll find it. And no matter what the cost, I'll save her. That was me acting, and hopefully I impressed more than I made a fool of myself. Marvel, if you are watching this, thank you very much for taking time out of your presumably busy day to watch my audition tape, I guess. But if you do at all think that I am worth getting in touch with, even to say that I'm not getting the role, then you can reach me at danielisweird@gmail.com. Now just quickly to explain my email address, being a movie studio yourself, you would know that normal is boring. And normal is not what grabs audiences' attention. It's being weird and being strange and being extraordinary is what brings in attention. So that's why my channel name is Danielisweird, and that's why my email is danielisweird@gmail.com. I do have a personal email, but I'd rather not share that to the world, and my personal email is more businessy, I guess. Now, as a final thing, I am going to promote the hell out of this video. I usually don't advise self-promotion, it's not me, but actually my way of thinking is that if I don't look back and think that I did every single thing possible for me to get the role of Spider-Man, I would just hate myself. To anyone who is watching this and thinks I would play a good Spider-Man, please share this and tell people, preferably Marvel. If you did get enjoyment out of watching me act as Peter Parker, then I do really appreciate that, and thank you very much. If you did think I played the wall crawler well, and you think that I would be a good representation of him on screen, please share it, and hopefully, you know, this can get the ball rolling. And look, I mean, I am as concerned as other fans about portraying Peter Parker well on the big screen. If the internet can bring a major movie studio's attention to one 16-year-old kid with a camera, that is just amazing and wonderful. Really just reflects how much power the internet has. And so one last final thing to Marvel, why don't you let the web choose the next web slinger? Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to this part of the video and all the way to the end, I really do appreciate every single person who has watched this video. Thank you oh so much. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.